Alright, what is up everyone? Hello and welcome to today's gameplay stream. It is indeed Saturday, March 12th, 2016, and yes, I am continuing on with Zelda the Twilight Princess HD, which I hope you've been following along and have been enjoying the playthrough of. The stream is starting a little early today. As you can see, we are doing a little bit earlier of a start, because I want to jump into the game as quickly as possible, get as much gameplay in as I can on today's stream. Been enjoying the game a lot, even though there's been a few times when I feel the game has gone off the rails a little bit. They tried to do something a little different from the typical Zelda formula. It is a pretty solid game. I like that it seems to be a lot more of a mature kind of plot and design. I really like it, and I'm digging it, and I want to keep playing it. I hope that you've been enjoying the playthrough for the past week, because it debuted, a week ago on Friday. And, I haven't been able to play it every single day, but I've been enjoying every day that I have. Hopefully you have caught up. If you haven't, shame on you. How dare you? No, I'm kidding. But obviously, as you guys know, if you cannot catch every stream, all of my gameplay of everything that I do is recorded and uploaded to DSPGaming and put into playlists, so you can always catch up on your own, I was going to say on your own time, but then I was going to say at your own pace. So I almost said on your own pace, or at your own time, neither of which makes sense. But yeah, as of today, we just finished up with the Sand Dungeon. Found out that the Twilight Mirror, or Mirror of Twilight, has been broken up into several pieces, which we need to gather. No surprise, sounds like there's going to be multiple dungeons we need to do. We got a hint that the next dungeon should be in the Snowy North, which sounds like we need to go back to the Zora place and head to that icy area that we were in last time that we could not progress in. So we'll see. Outside of that, I was thinking, actually the past day, that I haven't played Zelda, I was thinking, what else can we do? And I'm not too aware of any other side stuff at this point. I completed the Magic Armor quest line. Malo Mart is now in effect. I freed Giovanni. I believe that we've done all of the trainings that were available at the time. So I think we need to head into a new area. The only thing I could think of, which I actually found out about after my last session, is that back at the Zora River, I cleared out the river by blowing up the rocks with arrow bombs, or bomb arrows. I found out that once you do that, you can do that again. There's a mini game with that boat, and apparently you get a good item if you complete the mini game. I don't even know what it is. But outside of that, I don't know what else there is to do. So what I might do is just do that mini game, and then try to continue on with the plot. Maybe try to go, northward into the snow and see what happens. And we'll see how far we can get. Maybe we can get to a new dungeon today or something. I don't know. I don't know how it works. I don't know if we're going to go back to the formula where we have to clear out Twilight again. We haven't done that in a while, but who knows? They might go back to it where you got to go on a bug hunt again. Who knows? But yeah, we're going to have around 3.5 hours, if not a little more gameplay on the stream today, since I'm starting a little early. That's good, right? And I want to make this clear to everyone, because I know everyone who's been watching my Twilight Princess playthrough has been enjoying it and wants me to continue doing it at a consistent pace. This week in particular, there are a lot of new releases. Let me go through that quickly, okay? This coming Tuesday is UFC 2, the sequel to the game I played 2 years ago and I really enjoyed. So I want to play that. And then later on this week, on Friday, is Pokken Tournament, a brand new style of fighting game combining Pokemon with Tekken-style gameplay. I'm very curious to see how this game pans out. I've really not seen anything of it, although I've heard lots of things about it. And, if it is a full-fledged game, and, a few sessions maybe to finish up whatever the story-based single-player content is, and maybe try to play some online gameplay, it's going to be a lot of fun, I think. Something very different. And I'm excited for that. So 2 new releases this week that I'm checking out, which means obviously most of the week is going to be dedicated to those new releases. And I don't want to have any misconceptions here. Zelda, yes, it will continue, but it's going to take a backseat to the new releases for a few days. So maybe, let's say UFC comes out on Tuesday, right? So maybe I play UFC on Tuesday, Wednesday, and then maybe around Thursday-ish, I do a session of Zelda. Or maybe I play Zelda, but I do Zelda kind of offline, maybe as like a shorter second stream. Alright, just want to make that abundantly clear. You know, Zelda is going to be the ongoing playthrough that's kind of the thing mixed in with everything else. That was always the intention, knowing that Zelda is such a long game. Excuse me. So I just want to make that, you know, very clear. Well, thank you to those of you who have been following along the streams. Thank you for those who've been watching the videos on YouTube. Very nice. And thank you, obviously, for those of you who've been watching on demand on YouTube. You've probably noticed the past week there's been an overabundance of trolls on my videos, voting down the videos and leaving insanely nasty comments that literally have nothing to do with the videos at all. That's because apparently there's a couple YouTubers who thought that it would be funny and or beneficial to them to be negative bullies and make countdowns of the worst YouTubers who do games, and of course they included me in their countdowns and sent their viewer bases over to shit all over my stuff. Now, I'm too busy to be micromanaging the shit. I'm not going to sit here and micromanage comments and whatever. I really don't care. The bottom line is if you watch the videos, people are liking them. But then you look at the comments and you're like, what the fuck is this? People are saying to go kill yourself and stuff like that. Just don't bother with it. Don't bother reading the comments. Just keep watching the stuff and, you know, eventually these people are going to move on. It's just a bunch of dumb kids anyway. I mean, who else would follow fucking idiotic YouTubers like that anyway? A bunch of dumb kids, right? Yeah, someone who's going to be so negative that they're just going to make videos about people they've never even spoken with or had any interaction with just to shit on them. I mean, sorry, I'm a mature adult. I have way better things to do. Like actually doing productive stuff like playing games and doing reviews and doing vlogging rather than shitting on people for the sake of creating drama. So please just ignore it. It really doesn't matter. The videos are what they are. The playthrough's been great. I haven't gotten, like, horrendously stuck on any parts of the game. In fact, I've done really well. I've done a lot of fun side content. I love the game, and I hope that's coming through in the videos. So, just ignore the negativity and silliness around the videos and just watch them and enjoy them at your own pace. And don't bother with the YouTube voting and the YouTube fucking comment system. It's horrendously broken. YouTube doesn't fix it. They don't care. You know, YouTube doesn't care about anyone who uploads videos, quite honestly. Why do you think everyone is getting shut down for fucking content IDs and copyright strikes and all kinds of community guideline false flagging bullshit? So, you know. So stupid anyway. So thanks to those who have, you know, continued to watch the playthrough despite the silliness. I don't care about it. Hopefully you don't either. It really is just a waste of time. Alright. Now, a few quick things before we get started, just so you know what to expect in the next few days. There's no DSP Tries It today. I know this is a series I release almost every week. There's none this week, and I apologize for that. I really didn't have a chance this week to do much in that regard, but I think there will be one next week. I do think there will be one next week, and I have a good idea of what it's going to be. Okay, so next Saturday, hopefully. Tonight I'll be watching WWE Roadblock. It is a kind of mini event on the path to WrestleMania, which is kind of like their World Series or their Super Bowl or their World Cup, whatever you want to call it. And that's going to be tonight on WWE Network. I'm going to be watching that. And then tomorrow night, I'll be doing the weekend preview where I explain, you know, how I'm going to cover games in the next week. But I'll also be doing a reactions video to Roadblock to let you know what I thought about the event and kind of do like a mini review of it. So that'll be tomorrow night. Tomorrow, the gameplay stream is going to be Hearthstone. I did a stream of this earlier this week around Wednesday. People really seemed to enjoy it. I'll be honest, I haven't really looked too much at the videos on YouTube. From what I hear, the views aren't great. But I really enjoyed doing it. It was something very different. And the stream interactivity was a huge plus. It was something very different than what I usually do. So I decided to do another session of it tomorrow, where I'll be doing deck building with the stream. I'll also be doing the arena, which we only got to play one run in the arena last time. I'd like to do another run in the arena and see how we can do. So, should be a lot of fun. Should be a lot of fun to do a second run of Hearthstone tomorrow. Hope you'll join me for that. And then on Monday, I'll be returning to Street Fighter V for a session. And I'm debating what to do, because in Street Fighter V, I really just don't have time to play besides once a week. And quite honestly, when I play online, I can't try new characters because the online gameplay of this game matches you more often than not with people who are much higher skill than you and who've been playing the game nonstop. And for me to be trying out new characters is just a waste of time because they just destroy me. And I don't even have a chance to try out combos or strategies at all. So, I'm pretty much thinking that I'll probably go with Rashid again, probably Ryu again. I don't know if I want to try Geef again at this point, because I played him last week. Maybe I'll mix it up with a little bit of Chun-Li or something, but, you know, understandably, you have to understand that I don't have an opportunity to try new characters because of the way that they've changed the matchmaking of this game from previous Street Fighter games. So, ladies and gents, that's kind of the deal for the next few days until we get to UFC. Probably Monday night I'll be doing a special video too. I'm actually thinking about doing a 1-month reflections video on Street Fighter V and what I think about the game after playing it for a month. That could be a fun thing. Alright, so outside of all the videos and streams and everything I'm doing for the next week, what else is going on? Not a heck of a lot. Today, Leanna and I will be going out and doing our day of errands, which is basically date night, which is hilarious because most people on date night go, you know, oh, let's go do something fun or romantic. We go and we do our grocery shopping because that's pretty much the only time we have to do it. You know, I'm here every single day working, you know, every day. There's no days off for a YouTube career. So, yeah, we'll be going out and there's actually a chain. I'm not going to spoil what it is, but there's a chain that's been on the West Coast that we've seen around here, and we've never tried it. We're going to try it today and see if it's any good. Probably will take some pictures for Instagram and sharing our opinions on it with you. On Instagram, if you want to know, my Instagram is TheyCallMeDSP, so Instagram.com/TheyCallMeDSP. Okay, check that out. For all kinds of things that I do, pictures and stuff on the weekend. We'll be doing some necessary kind of shopping today. Stuff that we have to do, stuff for around the house and grocery shopping and stuff. You know, we discussed a few things. It looks like my parents may be visiting in June, early June, which would be nice. I haven't seen them since Christmas of 2014, although I do talk to them every single week. And we may this summer look to do another kind of staycation because, again, we don't have any money. We really don't. So we may just do something quick over in Seattle for like a quick weekend or something. We don't know. We're talking about it. We don't know anything really yet. Right now, there's certainly no time to do anything. It's too many releases and stuff to even consider taking any time off. But maybe around, you know, July-ish, when things slow down, maybe we'll consider doing something. I don't know. Outside of that, not a heck of a lot going on. Not a heck of a lot going on. And I think, you know, rather than doing an extended pre-stream where I try to kill time, we just get started with gameplay. So let me get into my gratuitous plugs. First of all, for those of you who watch the streams and the on-demand videos on YouTube, please check the description of the videos for a link to my Amazon Associates account. If you use that link and you buy stuff on Amazon, it helps us out. So please consider doing so, especially if you already shop on Amazon. It's literally just one click, and then you can go about your business as usual, and it benefits myself and my business. Number two. If you really enjoy the live streaming daily, you like the stuff I've been doing this year, including the increase in vlogging. Like last night, I put out a mini review of the Hitman game that I played episode 1 of. The day before, I did a reactions video to the Captain America Civil War Trailer 2 over on the King of Hate Vlogs. If you like all of this, okay, and you want to see it continue full-time, please consider pledging to my Patreon at patreon.com/DarksidePhil. It really does help, and it really is a supplemental income for me this year, very much more so than it was last year, you know, because I really need the help this year with all the stuff that happened with false copyright strikes screwing over my YouTube channels and basically getting them kicked out of the YouTube search rankings, which really led to a decline in the business that I cannot control or fix. I just have to keep plugging away with what I do every day, right? And it definitely helps. Now, when you pledge to my Patreon, obviously, number one, you're directly supporting my efforts to keep doing this full time. That's the first and foremost. But you get stuff for yourself, personal perks. like text and verbal thank yous. You can get your question answered on my bi-monthly Q&A show, Ask the King, or you can even get a private Q&A video made. Everyone who's taken part in that top-level perk of the private Q&A videos has loved it. They've loved what I've done with it, so please consider it. And especially if you are a daily viewer and you like what I'm doing, you want to see it continue, it definitely helps. And there's also monthly goals that you contribute to. Right now, we've got a monthly goal of a Patron's Choice playthrough that's going to be starting within the next 2 weeks. And at the end of this month, I'll be doing a marathon day of a platformer, all based off of, Patreon. So please consider pledging if you have not. As little as $1 helps. I will emphasize this yet again, that the most successful Patreons that are run have a ton of people giving a little bit. Not everyone giving a ton of money. No, I don't want that. I would like if everyone gave $1, right? If half the people who watch my stuff gave $1 monthly, I'd never have to worry about YouTube again when it comes to views, when it comes to ad revenue, when it comes to anything. I'd just be able to relax and do whatever I want. And it's $1. You know what I mean? Now, I understand that, okay, for a lot of people that's not viable, but I think a lot of people just say $1's what I can afford, but that doesn't do anything for Phil. That's not the case at all. It adds up and it helps, so please consider it, okay? And last but not least, please check out my girlfriend Leanna's business, The Black Current, which can be found at etsy.com/shop/The Black Current. She sells handmade glycerin soaps and wax tart melts. She's had hundreds of customers, shipped hundreds of items, had nothing but positive feedback. The business has now been open for more than a year, and she has just launched her spring line of product, which is very popular. She's had a rush of orders, and people who have already gotten their orders relatively quickly have rated them highly. They like the new line of product. She now also ships via United States Postal Service first-class mail for customers who are in the United States, so it's a lot cheaper shipping-wise if you live in the United States. So please check it out. Etsy.com/shop/The Black Current, spelled CURRANT. And that is it. Like I said, I wanted to start early today, so let's start a little bit earlier. Sound good? Thanks very much, everyone. Let's begin with more Twilight Princess.